4, and thought we had some opportunities today. One in particular, the fourth inning, we had first and second. We had our 2 and 3 hole hitter coming up. Felt good about it in a 2-run game, and that we get 2 punch outs. Credit their arms. I mean, they're elite arms. If you paid attention, there were a lot of scouts here the last 2 nights, and they're here to look at their arms. You're facing real arms if one of the best pitching staffs in the country, but you got to find a way to cash it in there. I thought they did a good job, 2-strike hitting all weekend long. I thought they did a good job when they needed to score runs. They got the big hit, and we did not. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the arms you're facing, and I thought we pitched the ball really good today. Obviously, we played better than we did last night. That wasn't hard to do, but Brooks didn't have his best stuff, but I thought he competed. He got the double and the single, and they scored in the first, and I thought he kind of minimized some damage. And Blake hadn't been out there in a while. We needed to get him back out there. Look, it's an important game. I hate to put too much on one game in one series this early in the year, but it's a big game. But we needed him back out there. If we're going to be successful and we're going to have a good bullpen, we need Blake Hooks to be in the middle of it. Obviously he made some good pitches. He gave up the homer and had some walks, but he needs to be back out on the mound. I thought Fontenot coming in, getting the left-hander, bases loaded, get the ground out was huge for us, kept the game at 4-2, and Nichols was good. Obviously the home run kind of put it out of reach and there at the end. But I thought we pitched well enough to win the ball game, and we had our opportunities to cash in, and it just didn't get it done. I'm not panicking, and I just said on radio, if you want to jump off the bandwagon and all that, good, we're going to be fine. This team's going to be fine. We work hard. We got good players. We'll learn from this weekend, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to be playing a lot of baseball late into the summer.
Just going against pitching staff like that early in the season, how beneficial do you think will that be for the guys who want to enter conference play?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will. We got some good teams in our league and some good arms, but anytime you see good arms, it kind of slows down when you see arms that not that good. But it doesn't matter who you're playing. You got to. I thought our intent, and I thought our focus was a lot better today. I did not think it was good last night, obviously, but I thought it was a lot better today. We competed. We lost, and it's baseball. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, and it was not a good weekend for us. I've had plenty of those in my career, and you find a way to bounce back. We got a big week. Arkansas State's really good. They're playing good baseball, and then you go to South Alabama, who's another really good team. So our schedule doesn't get any easier, but it'll pay huge dividends as we continue and navigate to conference play. So the main thing is you got to put it behind you. We're 8-4, and we're not 4-8. We're 8-4. It was an awful weekend. We're going to put it behind us. We're going to keep moving forward and keep getting better.
Heading into the fourth weekend, outside of maybe Allen, Fontenot, Fisher, how do you feel about it's just your bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, I think if Hooks can get healthy, I think it's a lot better. But Thomas Allen's been good. Fontenot showed what he can do. He can start midweek games. He can also pitch in relief. I thought he did a good job inheriting runners. It's not easy to inherit bases loaded coming into a tight game, and he got the big out for us. Kreider, I think, is a big piece for us. We got some young guys you're going to see this week, Gillette, Jackson, Jones. You'll see a lot of young guys this week. They got to pitch. I mean, it's a double midweek. We got 5 games this week, so you're going to see some other guys that I think have a lot of talent, and I think they're going to help us down the road, and they need to get out there and get on the rubber. And I think you'll see that this week. But, and Nation's another guy. He needs to get back out there. But we need to tighten it up a little bit. And, Declan's start was great. I thought Rowan had a good start going. We make the error, and we kind of melt. That can't happen. We need to limit the walks and the HBPs because that's what leads to big innings. And I think if we can do that and get the big hits. Look, I believe in those guys. Halsey had the 2 homers. Lunsford's a great hitter. The guy got the best of them. That's who you want coming up. If they split a gap right there, it could be a different game, but it didn't happen. Credit their guy. He got 2 big punch outs, and that's baseball. That's the way it happens, and it'll bounce our way. It started out good, and it was tough this weekend, but we'll rebound, and we'll continue to get better.
Yeah, after the way last night ended, for Trey to come out in his first 2 at-bats, he gave you
Huge. I mean, he works hard. Trey's a extremely hard worker, and the wind was blowing in a little bit, and I didn't think it was going to be jumping, but I thought the last home run that their 2-hole hit, I thought he capped it, but it got out of the yard. But I thought Trey put some really good swings on the ball. We need to get him going. Lunsford continue to go. Patterson still swinging the bat good. One thing Cade does, he gets on base, and he allows you to do things once he gets on base. Wesley Scott swinging the bat really good. Gustafson has the flu. He wasn't available this weekend, so no excuses. We're battling through a lot of stuff, but we'll be healthy and we'll get there. Still early in the year, and we got a long way to go. And I really believe in this team, and I think we'll be fine.
You mentioned last night you wanted to see the energy just picked up.
Yeah.
Come out here. How do you feel like just the dugout?
I thought the energy was a lot better. I really did. We had a good chapel this morning. I got them here early on purpose. We had a great chapel and great message. All the coaches talked. We had some players talk, and our guys were ready to play. We're playing a good team, man. I think people forget that, you're playing a top 10 team. They're going to be in the top 10 this week, and, who knows, maybe we'll run into them down the road, hopefully so, and it can only make you better when you play good competition.
Do you feel like this team has found its identity yet, or are they still kind of searching for it?
No, I don't. That's a good question, Megan. I don't. I still think there's a lot of things we can do offensively. We're athletic. We probably need to run a little more, hit and run a little more. It's tough to do when you got home run hitters at our park. It's tough to run when you got Trey Halsey at the plate and a runner at first because they're going to heavy shift on him. And if you run and get the second, now they got 5 defenders, it seems like, over there. And it's something, but we got to start doing some things like that. And I think we will. And I think our guys, they think that we have a good team. They believe in themselves. We ran into a great ball club, and we didn't play good this weekend, and they did. And we're going to be that ball club. You're going to have to play good against us. That's what I told them. That's where we're headed, and I firmly believe we'll get it figured out, and we'll get this thing going, and we'll win a lot of ball games this year.
Not much time to rest. I mean, how do you kind of respond only one day between
Yeah.
the middle, double midweek?
Yeah, it'll be our first double midweek. We'll take tomorrow off, and Mike Silva coming here. He coached here for me, and he's a great coach. They're going to play hard. They're going to be a bunch of dirt bags. They beat Arkansas last midweek and lost 1-0 in the other one, and so we better come ready to play. It's going to be a tough test, and obviously South Alabama's a tradition-rich history. They got a great ball club too, but that's why we're playing a tough schedule. And our league's good. Well, I think our league's really good this year, and but I really like the pieces we have in the locker room. And it was not our weekend. It was tough and hard to watch at times, but it's behind us. And you got to move forward and keep working. And our guys, one thing about our guys, they work, and they believe in themselves. So I think we'll get it figured out. And 3 weeks from now, we'll be having a different discussion, hopefully.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.